Alright, welcome back to the channel. So I retired last year at the age of 25 years old with around a $900,000 net worth. We're now sitting around 1.26, turning 27 next month. We're sitting around 1.1-ish almost. And I'm going to break down kind of the whole story, why I absolutely hated it, couldn't stand it, and now we're back to more or less full force. Again, if you're back from the BizPath channel, I appreciate you. That's the main channel of where I'm going to be funneling some traffic and some viewers from, but let's not waste any time. I guess the first thing, like what did retirement look like / what did I do to get here? Because I know that's going to be a pretty common question. And again, the key word here is semi. I'm not stupid. I know exactly that $1 million, even in my opinion, 2, 3, 4, 5 million is not necessarily enough to retire, at least at the life that I want to live. Cars, vacations, couple, properties, multiple children, like that's just not the life that I want to live. So I know I needed more, but it's like, I might throw in a screenshot of a tweet that I saw this last week. It's like $1 million is such a tough spot to be in because it's enough it was summed up perfectly by this crypto guy. It's like, it's enough to completely like just relax for a while. Like even at this point, like I could stop working at my monthly expense burn rate right now, which is about $5,000 a month. I could completely more or less fuck off for like 15 years and be totally fine. Like literally do nothing. And that's even with like a couple splurge purchases here, if you will. And like that's a great spot, but also absolutely horrible one to be in. It's almost like its own right of golden handcuffs. You ever heard that, kind of point where it's like the salary is golden handcuffs? It's 100% true when you have a high salary and you're trying to become an entrepreneur. Like that's what this is. So I run a lead gen business. I have since January of 2022. That has been profiting me around net 20 to 25K a month ish for the last over 3 years. Highest record was 37,000 in profit. We did go, some ebb and flows with an agency. That's just traditional how it is. You churn some clients, you gain more clients, you hire some employees, you fire some employees. It's never perfect, right? But at the end of the day, I was having that kind of baseline cash flow, and that's how I built most of my wealth. And then I sold also a property, netted me around 150, I think, when all is said and done, 140, something like that. So that was good. That's where majority of this net worth stuff comes from. And for me, what did it look like? Like I was just out of the business. I still do. I have a client success manager. I have everyone doing most of like we call it fulfillment or legwork for you. So for us, it's obviously running the ads and also appointment settings. So that's completely off my boat. The only thing I still do to this day is approvals. So approvals of client check-in, notes, appointments themselves, ads, all these kind of things. And then the main thing I do is selling. Like I still sell all the customers. Every single customer has been onboarded to this day because that's just what I enjoy. I like closing. I like the rush of getting customers on board. So that's what my day in day looks like right now. And then when I started the BizPath stuff, that's when my creative juice was kind of flowing back. I always wanted a YouTube channel, and I kind of lost myself in between there for a couple years while I just was chilling. Like honest to God, it started in summer of 2023. I got my bike. This sounds really stupid, but I was riding my bike a lot, and I would like by 1 o'clock I was just gone. I was at the gym, I was outside, especially that whole summer, and I was barely working. That was my first like real taste of ultimate freedom, if you will, where it's like, oh shit, like I'm out of my own business at this point. Like this is great. And then of course that fall we lost a bunch of customers. I really lost touch with the business, and I'm not gonna lie, like at this point it is kind of like a paycheck to me. It's not really something that I take too seriously, but it's at a point where it's financially irresponsible for me to not do it at this point. And that's just me being honest. That's me being genuine. I do want the cash flow from it, and that's kind of where I'm at. So it was really just like a loss of purpose and identity. Like my whole identity was wrapped up in this company. My whole purpose was like, oh my God, I have to grow this business. I have to grow this lead gen business. This is what everyone remembers me by, is me running a successful company. And it's like, it's cool, but it just, dude, it gets old. It gets old after a while. And like, no, and this is such a first world problem. I get it. Okay. I understand. I'm probably already catching up some haters right now. But dude, like, look, like I'm driving an old ass car. I don't wear anything fancy. I've thought of buying fancy stuff. I've said this in the first video. If you watched that first video on this channel specifically, is I want this channel to pay for an R8. Like I'm a huge car guy, but I'm just what I enjoy more, and this is a double-edged sword, is my freedom. So I can literally screw off, but at the same time, if I don't have that pressure, this is why I'm actually a big fan of larger purchases for chasing a bigger thing or having that kind of pressure. Obviously, don't be an idiot. Don't make 10 grand a month and spend 11. Like, be smart and invest your money, but then spend a little. Like, this is like I guess I have these two rules, or I'm trying to follow these two rules to the best of my ability. I live 50% of my life like I'm gonna die tomorrow. Like everything comes down, no questions asked. I want to spend all my money. I want to spend everything. I want to enjoy life, not care about anything. And then the other half, I live like I have another 50 years in me. The other half of my life, I'm acting as if I'm gonna live for a while. Like, and I probably will. Knock on everything. God forbid, nothing happens. But I'm saving. I'm investing a lot of money. Just planning for the future. And like both areas are smart. There's no one right or wrong answer. And some people have bigger burns than the other, and you just got to find what works well for you, right? So that's kind of what that is. I guess the other point, I got a little like talking point list here. Having the money made purchases even harder. Like obviously when you're in this mental state of, being free, again, like $1 million is that weird spot, or 900 grand, now $1 million is that weird spot where it's like you can just splurge on anything. Like I bought a really nice, this sounds stupid, but I bought a couple of nice home appliances. I bought like a nice, not blender, but like a Ninja Creamy, like the best souped up one. I bought a Dyson. I bought like all these purchases, and they don't make a dent. But I can't go buy a supercar. I can't go buy a yacht. I can't go buy a freaking, vacation property. Like it's just that, kind of middle ground where it's like you can splurge on things, take random vacations whenever, but you can't have this like crazy amount of money where you're just totally balling out. And I want to be at that ball out stage. I want to do that, not for materialism, but just because I can, right? That's a level that I want to get to. So having that money, it's like when you get it, especially that first like million liquid, even my first like 150, 200K liquid, that's when I really started feeling this, where it's like, oh my God, I gotta scavenge everything. And it makes you really scarce. And dude, like I still to this day struggle with abundance. Like I'm a huge fan of tipping really heavy, buying out, kids lemonade stands when you see them. It just, even splurging on yourself, because every single time I do that, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know if it's a universe thing. I don't know if it's like a whole mental state thing. What is that? Oh, it's a C8. It's just, you feel that, and it's like it always comes back. It always comes back. Sometimes even double or triple. You spend $1,000, you somehow close a client that comes out of nowhere for $3 grand. Like I've had that happen to me before. So I don't know. It's just I'm really trying to spend more, especially in this day and age. This thing's breaking down on me, guys. Don't look at all this stuff. Like this is my daily driver. This is why I like this. I've got a bulb that's bad, so that's why that thing freaks the hell out. But I guess my next point was decision fatigue and imposter syndrome. This was the bit I think I'm always going to struggle with this. Like this is just something that a lot of people struggle with, and that's like seeing new business opportunities, seeing and thinking the grass is greener. And it's like, dude, it's true. It's like the grass is always greener where you water it, right? Like if you spend time and energy and money on a project, like of course it's going to work. It's going to seem sexier on the outside because you're paying less attention to your other projects, your main business, which is always so stupid. Like I should have just not done that. I tried a bunch of projects. I tried a bunch of things that failed. This YouTube one was the best. But it's just something that, I constantly struggle with, and that was really frustrating. So anyways, that's kind of where that lies. And it's something that I'm probably going to battle with to this day, is just decision fatigue and not making decisions and kind of just sitting there because I've got this amount of money. So I'm trying to battle with that as well. I guess the turning point that changed everything was just snapping out of it, dude. Just snapping out of it, being like, listen, we're nowhere near where we want to be. We have a lot of time still. We don't have any main responsibilities. We don't have any kids yet. We don't have a mortgage yet, right? You're not taking huge, grand care of people at this point. Now is the time to start projects, dude. Now is the time to get back into the swing of things. Focus a lot of time on your main business. Don't get distracted by stupid side projects, right? Like that's kind of where I'm at now, and I'm getting this creative spark back, and I felt this really big time when I started the BizPath channel in November. That was when I felt it the most, where it's like, holy crap, like this feels good to make videos, to wake up excited again, because I was just so in such a monotonous routine for the longest time of not doing anything, and that was really damn frustrating. So I've got that back with this YouTube stuff now. It's a lot of fun, and I don't know, man. I guess some lessons learned was just like, dude, listen, we're here for a short amount of time. Make the most of it. Work on projects that you actually find interesting, that of course make you money, but also just make you enjoy life more, man. Right? Like it's not that complicated. It's not that serious, and that's where I'm at now. So that's a little bit more of the story. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you've made it this far, I want to see you in. Comment below if you have any questions. Maybe I'll talk more about this in a future video, but I just wanted to get this out there because it's fresh on my mind. I just made a video on this in the main channel. So thank you for your time. See you in the next one.